Start that, then a little box jumps up and you have to click got it. That'll clear it out of the way. Off we go. So we still got a couple minutes. People might wander in, but might as well start getting into your mood, the sort of mind body practice mood. Posture, vertical alignment, that pillar. In the Taoist approach, they call that zhongjang, or central upright. The emphasis on your central upright is that it is effortless, relaxed. So we have that visual of the sort of punching toy that we used to have. Someone said it's called Bobo the Clown. But anyway, it's filled with air, and its balance comes from all the weight being down in a little capsule down at the bottom. So the heaviness on the bottom, creating incredible, perfect uprightness with zero effort on the part of the rest of the body of the toy there. But we're looking for a similar quality within our own body. So we're looking first to find out where we are stuck, the traditional or the habitual, common, usual suspects, slouching in the pelvis, which then there's usually a sort of a response here in the neck. So just initially, there's a little effort required to tip the pelvis a bit forward and then tuck the chin just a small amount. So you feel this open space where the skull and neck meet, as opposed to it being tied up and twisted, as it often is. So we do that necessary effort to create that or find that zhongjang central pillar. And then around that central pillar, we practice chun one, which is softening into stability. So it can seem like we're not doing anything if we're doing our seated meditation. And for some people doing it, their mind can be thinking about a million different things. Or you can be tinkering with the structural alignment and relationships between the joints and tissue, tinkering with the quality of chun one, softening, melting into, or allowing for that sediment, that body weight to drop through you, through the chair, through your legs, under the ground. So in Tai Chi, they say, under the feet, 3 feet under the feet. So as a visualization, that can be helpful, that it's not in your body at all. Sorry, we got people coming in here. So that your body weight is not being held in your body at all. And with regards to Parkinson's, got to mute yourself there. Okay. It's more sort of overt. It's more obvious how that's causing problems, but literally every single human being is dealing with this or not achieving this state of soft and relaxed. It's just some people can get away with it for a period of time. Ilana, you just unmuted yourself again. I'm going to mute you now. Okay. So again, sitting, softening. So 2 things that help us achieve this softened relaxation quality: the breathing in through the nose, long, slow, and smooth. Out through the nose or the mouth, long, slow, and smooth. Breath cycle by breath cycle. This sends a message to the nervous system that all is well. If we were to do a hyperventilation practice, start huffing and puffing and huffing and puffing, the nervous system gets that message and it sort of charges us up. There's techniques in the yoga breathing that they do that, Kapalabhati and others. But we want to do this other one where we're telling the nervous system to go into parasympathetic, to go into rest state. So even though we're going to move, we're going to do practices, techniques, and such, we want to see if we can be in a completely relaxed state. So in the nose, long and smooth. Out the nose or mouth, long and smooth. Let this calibrate and organize your E, or your attention, your focus. The very important component to impacting what's going on here positively is the mind has to be harnessed, gathered, centered. And the breathing is one of the best ways to do that, because you're watching the breath come in, you're staying with it, you're watching the breath go out, staying with it, cycle after cycle, repetition after repetition. And what you'll find is that the habitual chatter of the mind saying, I like this, I don't like this, we should do more, we should do less, remember that thing later today that you have to worry about, or remember what happened earlier. All that noise will slowly disintegrate, dissolve, and then the mind space is just clear. So we want to learn how to master and be at home in this state. Relaxed body, clear mind, harnessed mind, smooth, complete breath cycles. So let's take about 5, 6 more. Allow for those 4 parts. The inhale is the first part. The holding full, saturating the system, second part. The exhale is the third part. The holding empty or fasting, deprivation state, fourth part. And then you would inhale again. So we're hopefully feeling some cascading shift. The tissue softening a little bit, nervous system down regulating a little bit. But of course, that's one way to impact. And the second way is through our movements, through our joint mobilization, because there's layers of tissue that are so resistant and stuck, especially, I would think, with Parkinson's even more so. So we got to do these joint mobilization efforts. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, look up, arch. So we want to move everything in that direction and then move through to the opposite shape. Hands forward, hollow the chest, drop the head, spread the shoulder blades apart. And then slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, look up, arching. And again, slide around. 3 more. See if you can experience, witness, register each of your 24 vertebrae, the shoulder blades protracting and retracting, elbows coming to a slightly bent position as they're back, and then a totally straightened position as they're forward. Pelvic tipping through, pelvis is tipping through anterior and posterior tilt. Skull is lifting and then lowering in space. So witnessing that, being present, and feel all the little pivots and moving parts of the body. Now, after you finish your last lifted arch, settle to the middle. right into rotation. Left hand forward past the knee, right hand and elbow back. Turn the shoulders, turn the head. And then switch. Same idea. Registering the movement, the moving parts. Now emphasize softness through the movement. And that'll actually increase your ability to register what is happening. Tension sort of blocks us. Softness opens us up and allows for a sensitivity and deepening awareness of what is moving from the hips at the leg joint, the hip socket and leg position, each of the 24 vertebrae, shoulder blades, the arm bones, and then coming back to middle, arms hang by your sides, loose. Let the weight shift to the right buttock, lean to the right, left wrist floats up, left foot might get a little empty here. You can float it, and then you change all the way across. Loose. Again, the softer you are, the more you can sense these moving parts. Softer you are, the more you're practicing Tai Chi, which is dissolving, releasing, yielding, softening, in a sense, subtracting or losing, rather than adding on or polishing out what is there before we came in. Last one. And back to middle. Shoulder blade movement. So the arm bones plug into the socket, and that socket is attached to this shoulder blade, the scapula, which is on our back. And we can't see it as much as we can see our arm. So most people move only from this joint, and they allow that scapula to get stuck. That causes all kinds of problems up into the neck, down into the back, out into the shoulders. So first, let's shrug shoulders up, feel those scapula lift and down. Lift and down. So we're marking the top of the scapula lift. And when we're coming down, we don't want to yank it down or pull it down. We want to just let it go, let it hang. Now, let's keep that in mind, the top and the bottom. Let's do our circles. So now it's forward, but by forward, really it's the scapula separating. They're sliding apart from each other on your back. And that forces a hollowing of the chest. And then we got to come up, over top and back, squeeze behind you, and then slide those shoulder blades down and find that neutral, that hanging released position. Do it again, forward, up, over top, back, down, under, forward and up, over top, back, down, under, forward, up, over, and back. One more. And reverse. And just remember, stay as loose as you can, and at the same time, have the intention of being thorough. So it's this, in a sense, these two opposite ideas of being totally lazy, totally relaxed, totally at ease, and yet not skimping on the range of motion with the movement, right? We're trying to go all the way back, all the way up, all the way over, all the way down, but we're not letting that become this grip and tension. Soft and loose. And now hanging arms. From here, bring your legs close together. Bring the arms out in front and backs of hands touch each other and separate. Go out. Now notice I didn't lift my arms at all. The fingers are staying low. I just opened this space. Bring the hands behind, palms face forward, bring them in close to the body, And then once again, swing them forward, out in front of the knees, backs of hands touching, open, big circle. Now allow the torso to lean a little and lean a little. So it has almost like you're rowing. Has a little bit of that feeling. Now let's go level 2. Forward and lift, and then separate, open, sliding down. Forward, stay closed as you lift, and then open, down. One more, level 2. Just feeling this easy liquid quality of movement. Level 3, forward, lift. Now keep lifting just to whatever degree you can. And then down, under, forward and up, over top, down, under and up, loose and relax. Reverse, go back to level 1, which is the hands don't lift up, they go out, around. Swing them back, out and around. Swing. Level 2. Out and up. Close. Swing back. Out and up. And level 3, up and over, down, out, up and over, down. One more. And release. Bend elbows. Elbows go out and up, down, around in front to squeeze, down, out and up, down, round in front to squeeze, down, up, squeeze, and pull back, down, forward, up, forward, down, back. So again, all these movements designed to take the joints and pivots and tissue through the pathways that in a perfect world, they are able to execute these movements very easily with very little effort, just kind of just nice and easy, relaxed. But for many of us, we have to put a little effort behind it. Over time, we'll clean those spaces out. Same thing here, cross and give yourself a hug, wrapping the arms around, and then soften and open, elbows out to the side, and switch. Cross, wrap and hug, and then open, switch. Open, switch. And open. Elbows down, arms at 90-degree angle. Turn palms down, up, down, up. Notice nothing happening in this upper portion, it's just in the forearm. And then palms up. Now, from this joint, this shoulder space here, hands out, elbows stay in, externally rotating here, opening and unfolding. Now, hands come in, elbows go out and around towards the front. So you can see here, this forces a sort of hollowing, rounding. And then open, external rotation. This area has to open. And then hands come in, elbows out and around. So internally rotating here and this folding, closing quality. So A healthy body is one that can change shape. And over time, change shape unhindered. Where, of course, when we're making these shapes, probably if you're anything like my body, you feel little spots, little places where the tissue's a little stuck, and it feels kind of good. It feels like a good pain. But when you do these movements over and over, then the next time through, you feel less and it polishes out and the movement is a little more free and easy. Now, stay here, step wide, big wide stance. We're going to go left hand up, all the way across, and then down. Bring the left hand down. Now this quad here, the groin area has to open. The body's doing a little side lean, a little rotation. So it's an interesting movement. Try to stay soft and relaxed. So the softer, more relaxed you are, you just try to execute the movement. It will induce certain changes in the body just by staying relaxed and having your sort of general destination of hand going up over the rainbow and down, up over the rainbow, back. And from here, both hands up over till one is crossed above the other. Turn palms down, let the arms fall and separate. Cross, raise up, open. And other wrist on top, cross. So here we're folded and closed. And then here we're opened and unfolded. One more of each. Again, the arms inducing a movement change in the rest of the body by just being loose and relaxed yet thorough. Now, arms back to shoulder distance, legs back. Wrist circles, fold up over the top, come down under, forward, turn, over top. Now you can add to this, right? At first, this is just wrist. But then when you start adding some of this monkey paw shape, notice that's not a fist, it's long fingers. When you add that to the circle, hold on. When you add that to the circle, it opens up all the little spaces here where the arthritic and carpal tunnel issues kick in. So folding all that and then opening. Fold, open. So it's like a sponge that needs to be flushed and squeezed, flushed and squeezed. Reverse, come under, same idea, the little monkey paw hand, under, over, rotate, under, over. And open, spread, gather. Now, when we spread, we're adding this movement here. Spread and roll, roll. Gather, roll back. Spread the fingers and come around. Gather, come back. Around. Back. Around. So the whole time the palm is facing forward, right? But now I'm closed, open, closed, open, closed, open. It's like a fan. Now spread, soft tiger claw, right? Into a soft clasp or a fist. Open. Now what we're adding to that is this tsai energy, which is plucking. So reach out in front of you with open palms, soft clasp, tiger claw, turn, and then draw back towards you. Open, turn. Now, as this one we did last week where we were actually shifting into the front leg. So here we'll do it in our chair. Lean forward a little bit and reach. And then soft clasp and draw back. Relax the hands. Soft, relaxed hands, reach out, clasp, and then draw. Soft hands, reach, down. Now we're going to add to this the sort of corner. So rather than straight ahead with your stance somewhat wide, lean a little bit towards this leg and reach to that corner. And then when you draw, it's like you're drawing back to this leg, back to this leg. So from the corner to its opposite leg. Again, reach, soft clasp, draw. Reach, clasp, and draw. So this is called tsai or plucking. So we're grabbing something and then we're going pluck. Now relax and shift over to your other leg and let's go to the other side, other corner. Soft clasp, draw. Reach to the other corner and draw. In Tai Chi, they have this idea of what's called storing and then issuing, which just simply means there's a shape or a position that is like prepared to do something, and then you issue the actual movement. And that can be up, down, left, right, or in this case, sort of from high to low in a drawing movement. One more. Side. So we're stored up, we're ready, and then we're going boom, and pluck. All right. And scoot back on your chair. Let's just warm our legs up before we stand up. So be very stable in your chair. Load, push, load, down. Other leg. Load, push, load, down. Load, push, load, down. And straighten that right leg, point foot, flex foot, point, flex. Invert, evert, tilt the foot in, tilt out, in, out, and circle. And reverse, circle. And switch, point, flex. Invert, evert, tilt, tilt. Circle. And reverse circle. Good. And foot down, shift forward. Step a little wider than hip distance. Lift the toes up off the ground. Turn on the heels. So now toes and knees point in. Quad is closed. And then open. Knees and toes open. Quads open. Close. Open. Do that a few more times. Feel the pelvis just sitting. Okay. The pelvis just sitting basically still and these legs moving freely. And then back to neutral. Bring your legs hip distance, hands on thighs. Fold at that same hip joint, bowing, sitting vertical, leaning back a little bit. And again, so it's this open qua, this open spacious quality at the groin, hip, leg joint that allows us just easy fluid movement. And so we just want to be relaxed. Now let's use this all to stand up. So we just slide our feet back, arms are loose and hanging. We allow chunwon or the body weight to pour out of the chair, down through the feet, down 3 feet under the feet, and you come up, and it's that Bobo the Clown idea of the sand, the sediment being below, and everything up here is just loose. Keep that quality as you fold at hips, sink down. When the butt touches the chair, then you can let the sediments go through the chair to the ground. And again, fold, pour the sediment out of the chair, down through the legs to the earth, stand up, nice and relaxed, then fold and sink. One more, fold and rise. 3 times, squat, where you don't sit in the chair, but you basically squat as if, use that to touch the floor, come back up. This is the Tai Chi squat. Sink. Sink. And now we're standing, nice and loose, letting the sediment get through to the floor, through the floor. Now let yourself lean a little forward into your toes and notice that you can stay loose, you can stay relaxed. Yeah, there's a little action in the feet keeping you from falling, but yet we still have zhong-zheng, we still have a central upright, even though it's not perpendicular, but there's a through line to the ground. Now the same as you rock a little bit back towards your heels, again, be safe, but feel how you can go straight through, down through the heels and stay connected to the ground, and you don't have to lose your balance here. And then same thing, just a loose, relaxed body, leaning, just tilting. And loose and relaxed body, tilting back to the heels. This is one of the best exercises for finding your middle. And again, where the Taoist view is of where that is, it's belly button, lumbar spine, where they intersect, where a line between there intersects in the middle of the belly, that's our energetic center. So when we're relaxed, have this idea that you're moving from there. Now let the arms levitate forward. And then when you rock back, let them swing back. Rock and swing them forward. Rock and swing back. So again, when I turn sideways, you don't have to turn sideways. I'll be clear if I'm telling you to turn. So Art, it looks like you're swinging your arms over here. You should be swinging straight ahead because I was turned sideways. I'm just showing the sideways view, but really, yeah, exactly. So we want to be going this way, forward, backward. Now, stay back in your heels, open. Float the arms up to chest height. Rock to your toes, arms sweep around and out in front, palms face up. Rock back towards the heels, the hands come in as if bringing in the upper gate or mouth. Rock to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the middle. And then we want to do that little squat. The butt sticks back, sink, and let your arms hang loose. Push through the earth and come back to standing. Looser than before. Rock to your heels and open. Rock to your toes, sweeping hands around out in front, palms face up. Rock back, hands bringing in the upper. Rock to the middle, hands guiding towards the middle. The butt goes back, sink like a squat, arms dangle. And let's do that one more time. Back and open. Forward, close. Back, bringing in the upper. Middle, settle to the middle. Shogun, or closing gesture. Wing, roll, fold over top, settle to the middle. Cross hands, and now our standing Qigong. One of the most important ones, left, right, yin, yang, and all of its variations. So change weight to your right leg as you reach your right arm further down, left loose wrist floats up in front. Change. So have this idea that we're trying to loosen all the moving parts of the body. And also notice when lifting this wrist, notice what my elbow is doing. So I'm not staying in here and doing it, but it's opening space. So it's floating up this open space and then going straight down as this one comes up. But so imagine this idea that there's a underlying mechanism that's stuck, that's sort of choked and strangled by the tension in the body. And so what we're doing is we're softening that grip with each of these movements. And we're finding one full, one empty, this little tilt that happens in the low back, the one arm up, one arm down, and then we're switching. So we're trying to unhinder, trying to loosen up. But we're emphasizing the down quality. So rather than standing up here and let's say doing this, right? This is how we could be doing it and think we're doing it, but we're just really reinforcing stiffness versus everything's loose. And then we're getting even looser and softer down through the floor and then down through the floor. So we're reacquainting ourselves with correct relationship to the earth. Now let's go into our wheel. So it's the same feeling, but we start wheeling the arms. Change weight to the left. Change weight to the right. Change. 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 Wheel. Each wheel maybe is a little different, a little longer than the one before, as we're cleaning out stuck pathways. Reversing the wheel, the hand goes under as if you're trying to tickle your armpit and goes down as this hand floats up in front. Then that retracts like you're going to tickle the armpit as the other arm goes forward, and then they wheel. And so this guiding of the fingertips, you see how I'm sort of tucked this way? What that forces is something important, internal rotation of this shoulder. So if we get stuck here, it means we haven't found this path. And again, that's like flossing your teeth. If you don't floss one area of your teeth, that's the area that's building up plaque. And so this is a movement down the back that we often don't do. Down. Down. Now, pressing palm. The high hand just presses straight down along the side of the body. As that's pressing down, this other hand floats up right in front of the shoulder. And then that hand presses down the side as this hand floats up in front. And then press. And remember this idea that you want to be soft and thorough. So don't be so thorough with the movement that you start tensing up, but don't be so soft with the movement that you're not doing anything or you're not completing the movement. Right? We want to get 100, 0, 100, 0, 100, 0. In the legs, we want to get all the way down with the hand and all the way up and all the way down, all the way up. And both hands down, wing, roll, fold over top, settle to the middle. Hands cross and down. Now bring your hands up in front of the chest, 5 fingers touching, extend the arms out in front, long, open, all the way open. But notice when I'm at my full open, what I don't do is go back like this. So stay in front-ish, but go out or long and feel yourself be pulled open from here. So you're pulling, being pulled open. Now stay open and go into your right leg. Go into your right leg so your left foot is empty. And I'm going to turn. So we're all going to the right. And then bring your hands back together and go into your left leg. Open into your right leg. Close, going into your left. Open. 100, 0. Close. 100, 0. Keep doing that. Open, go into your right. I'm going into my right. And close. So Art, make sure you're going into your right leg. So that should be this way for you. But the arms open, but you go 100% into your right. This is my right, your right would be the opposite. And then when you close, you go 100% left leg. So this is empty. And then 100% right leg. So you're changing leg. The most important thing is that you're changing leg to leg rather than just standing stuck and going like this, right? So we're changing, change. Now bring the hands below the diaphragm, but above the belly button. Open, close. Open, close. Open all the way, all the way, all the way, open. Close. Open all the way. And close. Open. Close. One more. Opening. This is the middle basin. Now drop the hands right in front of the groin area, swinging open so much so that they actually raise up a little bit, and then close. Open. Close. Open. Close. 3 more. So there's this emphasis in Hunyuan Gong and this system that, again, I've found to be the best, and I've tried many different practices, but laziness, leisureliness. And at first it appears like we're not doing anything until you realize this leisurely quality is a technique. It's a softness. It's an ability to use only that song, that hydraulic looseness. Go ahead and settle back to the middle. Shogun. So it's the reason why a lot of people miss out on the value of Tai Chi and Qigong, because at first you go, where's the effort? Where's the eye-popping activity, until you go, oh, the whole point is to polish out this excess. And then when it comes to Parkinson's, that's why I think it's just a perfect marriage of philosophy and technique with what is actually the source of the problem, right? Is this nervous system, tissue, sort of chaos and lack of calibration. So let the ease and smoothness and leisureliness of the movement be something that you're really interested in. Cross and come down. Now, open, close. Now, when you close, bring the right hand on the outside, my right hand, your right hand, and keep them crossed as you raise up. So this is called opening heaven. And then closing earth. Again, right arm on the outside, raising, open, close. Now, what we add to this is when you cross and close, go into your left leg, lift the hands up. As you open, go into your right leg and come down. Closing, going into left leg, stay closed as they rise up, and then coming down. Closing, raise up, slide down. Continue. Closing, going to your left, stay closed as you lift. Open, going into your right leg, stay open and in the right leg as the hands come down. And then let's do a few where you see if you can get it to have a round, unbroken quality. where we're not stopping at those corners, but we're just blending right through and right through. Okay, a couple more. I'm going to turn this way so that you don't get confused. We're going to the right leg as you open, to the left leg as you close. Right, left, right, and left. Now the opposite is different. It's not just a perfect mirror image. Open, close, thumb and index finger touch, fold closed, stay long through the fingertips as you come down to the groin area. Open, come over the top, palms face the floor as you close, fold, stay long as you come down. Open, go to your right leg, open, close, go to your left leg, down. Again, open, go to your right leg, this way, close, down, opening earth, closing heaven, opening earth, close. These movements, again, they induce certain mechanics, you could say, in the body. They also promote the flow of the energy according to how Chinese medicine views the body. Opening earth, closing heaven. 3 more. Opening earth, go to your right leg. My right leg's over here, yours is over there. And close. Open. Close. Open. And down. Shogun. Closing gesture. Hands come down. Hung or rising. Hung. Sliding back and sinking all the way down. Do that again. Hung, rising, slide back, and sink. Again, hung, look at the wrists, slide back, and then the heels of the hands lead a little bit down. And then the fingers soften. Hung, slide, settle. Again. Now, come back, up under the armpit, over top, sweep down. Again. Up under the armpit area, out with the wrists folded and relaxed, and then down. Up. Now, putting those together in a little sequence. Hung, slide back. Now, here, just settle the hands a small amount and then go back, forward, out. Turn your palms to face and come down, under, up this backside, under the armpits, out. And then rise, slide back, and then like that first one we were doing, down. And then we finish that by doing this little squat. So this is the opening of the 13 energy Tai Chi form that we will be working on. So now we add to this. It's rock a little forward, hands go a little forward. Rock a little back, hands swing a little back. Now rock forward and rise. Rock back and draw back. Settle just a little bit now. Rock forward, extend. Hands come down, underneath, up the back. We rock forward, come over top. Rock back. Under and up. Back and soft press. And then all the way through the earth. So this has all the cardinal directions of the chi. Rock a little forward, hands swing a little forward. Rock back, they swing a little back. Rising, pung. Slide back and settle, storing up for G or forward expression, forward out through the fingertips. Then this is considered releasing. This is considered storing up, getting the hands all the way out here for Lu, down and back. And then pung. This is considered storing for on, sinking down through. And then this is total release, clearing out anything stuck in the body. And we come back to vertical. Let's do that one more time. A small rock forward with a swing. Small rock back with a swing. Pung to G. So pung, slide back, settle, and G forward. Then this is releasing, coming up this unique pathway out over top, and Lu, which is a down and back quality, and then pung, which is rising, slide back, settle, and this is like the trough of a wave, just down and through. Now, change your weight to your right leg, turn from your middle pivot and swing your hands across. The bear washing pause, and then just change. So this little change across, right, is a basic maneuver. Loose, remember the idea of lazy, leisurely, as a technique. Now, the next time you go into your right leg, let's all stay here. So now think of this like a wind-up toy. You're wound up and you're ready for something. So now remember, pung is rising, but now we do pung while shifting and turning. And so it creates this sort of unique, like a wave coming up and over, and then we just want to let it fall and come under, all the way back to the starting position. So now it's rising and coming up and over. One of the descriptions is like you're throwing a blanket up and over something, and then just release and come all the way back to this ready position, loaded. So imagine you got a blanket and you're throwing it up, getting some air underneath that blanket. Down. One more from this side. So it's got the pung quality, but it's just added to this shift and turn. And release. Now let's switch sides with the little bear wash pause. And now we've got the other direction you want to go. So your right foot is empty. And then it's pung as you shift and turn up and over. And then just let that fall under. And again, pung, up and over. So these energies, the energy of pung can show up in the body in many different ways, but this is just a really quintessential one. It's part of this 13 energy form, which is like the original Tai Chi practices that were carved into stone way back in the day. This little set that we're learning here of each of these movements that expresses this energy, induces this energy. Now, let's switch sides and do it again. Pung. And swing down and under. Change sides, switching under. And pung the other way. Pung. And let it just fall and change sides. Pung to your left. It's a rise and a rolling over. That's why it's kind of a weird movement, right? I'll come a little closer so you can see. that it's not a big circle like this, it's up and across, right? If I turn sideways, you can see it's this shape through the back of the hands, right? Each time. Okay, now Lou. So have your weight in your right leg. We swing under and float up to this corner. Okay. Now turn your left palm up, right palm down, and notice how they're not on top of each other. They're almost like you're grabbing a rope of some kind. And shift, turn, and guide across in a diagonal and downward trajectory. And then swing under and come up to that same corner. And then we go guiding, left palm facing up, right palm facing down, guide. Let it finish all the way to the fingertips. And then soft and lazy and leisurely, under and up to this corner. Execute that loop. And then loose, under, totally relaxed. Up to this corner, turn left palm up, right palm down. Loop. Up to that corner and loop. So again, Janona, and I think some others of you are doing this. When you're coming under, don't swing down this way. Notice how I'm coming across in this space, right? Rather than down here. So I'm going down under to get to this corner, but then when I'm coming back, I'm out in front of myself, guiding in a downward trajectory to here. And then swinging under lazy and limber to this corner, and then it's guiding something across. Now we're going to switch sides, but first let's swing across and then swing back under and up to this corner. Turn your right palm up, left palm down, and it's out in front of the body. You could say it's like a pulling and turning gesture, but again, we want to be very lazy and loose. Lazy and loose. That's loose. And then we're just soft and loose. This is us getting into the stored ready position. And then we turn the palm and cross and down. Weight goes 100% into the right leg. And then 100% into the left as you're turning. And make sure you let those hands get all the way to the bottom so they just swing lazily under. And then loop. And then let's just switch sides each time. So we switch, and then we swing up to this corner and loop. And then we switch and swing up to this other corner, loop. And then switch, one more to each, swing up and under, loop. Just the looser the better, softer the better. The less you're grabbing your body and holding on for dear life, the better. The more precise your movement will be, the less precise you're trying to be. Now, we're going to do Pung Lu. So let's all get to the right leg. Hands are off to the right side. Pung. So that's that rising, coming across. So the first movement we did. And then let this turn right into Lu. Guiding and coming back. Now, change sides with the bear washing paws leisurely. And then we do Pung, rising, Pung, up and over, getting to the end. Then right palm up, left palm down, and Lu, this guiding down and across. Change sides, shift, turn, wind up, toy, wound up, and then Pung, sort of flinging up and over, then Lu, guiding across and down. And then Pung, switch sides, sorry. And then Pung and Lu. And change. Pung Lu. Pung, rising up and over. Lu, guiding, sliding back and across. Sung, meaning soft, supple, nothing in the body. And then Pung, expressing. And Lu, sliding, sliding back. One more each side, just lazy, leisure. Pung. Lu. Chain. Pung. Lu. Now, side. So remember, that was that reach, clasp, and pull. So bring your hands right up this space right in front of you. Change your weight to your right leg. I'm sorry, your left leg. So I'm gonna be your mirror here. Right foot empty, step it in front a little bit. So you have just this small difference here. It doesn't have to be some huge step, just a small step in front. Now shift into this right leg and reach. Soft clasp. Now your back foot should be somewhat emptier. So now shift the weight into your back leg, drag your front foot back and pull. Drop the hands. Let's do that again. So as the hands come up, we take a little step forward, right? Step and reach. And you get this rubber band sort of elastic extension from where the hands are reaching and this leg is back. And then go into your back leg, bring the foot back and pull. Drop everything out of the body. So from this relaxed position, hands start coming up this middle path, step and reach, soft clasp, and then into your back leg and pull side. Very functional movement. Can't remember if it was this class or it was a different class I was teaching, but I think it was this class. Someone was talking about the refrigerator and how when they're trying to open their refrigerator, they're knocking themselves over because they're standing in front and pulling the refrigerator into themselves and falling back, as opposed to reaching out and getting that and then drawing into this space. So having this space. So that's one way you can think of this, is anything you're doing that you have to apply some force, you need to have this real estate that you can play with. Now let's switch sides. Put the weight in your right leg. Left foot is empty. Step left foot a little bit forward as your hands come up and reach out. Soft clasp. Stepping back, drawing back, going in. And then drop everything out of the body. So from this easy, relaxed body, we just all together. Reach, soft clasp, and sigh or pluck. And then drop everything out of the body. And reach, soft clasp, sigh, drop. This is storing or preparing. This is issuing the energy of the movement. And then the third part is sung, drop. Then from the empty dropped position, we can go to the storing, the issuing, and then the drop. Totally release, drop everything out. As important, if not more important, than the actual movement. Side. And now to finish, let's switch sides each time. So now as we drop the hands and relax, change your weight to your left leg, right foot being empty. You can step and sigh sort of to this general corner over here and drop. Now, as you drop the hands, change your weight to your right leg. Left foot is empty. And then from there, reaching, sigh, and change. Softening as you change so that you're ready pretty efficiently to go corner, pull, change, corner, pull, drop everything as you change. 2 more each side and then we'll be done. Corner, pull, change with nothing happening. Corner, drop. One more each way. Open hands, soft clasp, draw, chain. And finally, three sink chi wash organs just to get anything stuck in the system to cycle through. So this is like that reset. Hips hinge back, sink, arms soft and long. Back to stand, rock a little back, rock a little forward, rock a little back, rock middle. And again, it's this hip hinge first, but then allows us to just fold. One more. Back. Shogun closing gesture, wing, roll, fold. Sink, 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 sink. Hands right around navel area, and then 1, 2. Take 3 breaths in the nose, out the nose or mouth. Notice the shoulder tension, if there is any, just loosen it. Elbows, wrists, legs, hips, everything is soft and as lazy, leisurely as you can. And a little Taoist bow to finish. A little hand mudra representing harmonization. So you get that little yin yang looking symbol. Thank you, everybody. All right, find your chair. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Or comment.
Sorry, I gotta go. Thanks, Otto.
All right, thanks, Gail. Take care.